Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'm going to do a story titled, Almost a Year After D-Day, Just Sharing My Story. And a shout out to AM for sending me this story. And this is about a guy, a year ago, he ended his relationship with his girl after finding out she was cheating. And let me tell you, finally getting her to admit this and have it come out to the surface definitely was like pulling teeth, because there was a lot of BS going on, as you're going to see. However, after he ended it with her, you're going to see how this guy really made a great comeback. He was obviously heartbroken because they'd been together for like 6 years, but still, this dude went on a path of self-improvement, on a journey around the world, made friends, got a new job, cut a lot of people out of his life, hooked up with beautiful women, and now he's doing so much better and kicking butt, and her life, not so much. And I've been going to go over here, guys, on multiple fronts to show you that if you're going through a heartache right now from being cheated on or broken up, whatever that is, guys, you can, day by day, get better. And a year from now, you'll be amazed where you are if you make the effort and put yourself out there to improve and cut things out of your life and do self-reflection. And the odds are the gal that did you wrong ain't doing too well. But you're also going to see in this story, guys, this girl's definitely messed up. And this guy knew this getting into the relationship. He was a white knight to her, which is a terrible idea. You're going to see about her family background, not good. You're going to see about things about her personality, not good. And he was the guy that could fix her. Well, you know that happens. You should never do that. But anyhow, you'll see more as I get into this. And oh yes, gentlemen, if you haven't done already, come check me out on X, formerly Twitter. Almost 5,000 viewers, 5,000 followers, trying to get to that big number there. And by you help me do this, I can then promote the channel more, as, you know, YT isn't doing it that much these days. So, it says here, hi all. I just need to tell my journey like a journaling exercise. At the end of April of last year, as in 2024, my girlfriend of 6 years at the time cheated on me with a random dude out of nowhere. I guarantee it wasn't a random dude, and I guarantee it wasn't out of nowhere, man. The day after she did, she asked me for some time. I asked her if she cheated on me, and she told me no. That she was feeling certain things and needed to be by herself just a little bit. So he's reflecting back, she was cheating, but he didn't know at the time. And of course, he asked her, nope, I'm not cheating, she said. Well, I moved to a friend's house 1 hour away. I was quite distraught, confused, and didn't understand anything of what was going on. Well, basically, she was asking for a break. And that's to break up. But to keep you on, more like keep you on layaway. Her birthday is in a couple days, and what the F is going on? I gave her space, a couple of days, talking a few times. We lived in a small town, so everybody knows each other. In other words, everybody knows each other's business. Well, a couple days pass on by, and the day of the birthday arrives. She asked me to go back to be at her birthday and spend the day together. After you behaved in a manner that made me question whether you were cheating, and after you need some space, now you want me to come back and be at your beck and call? No. I told her she asked me for time, she must follow through with what she asked. That I would love to be with her, but she told me to leave a couple days ago. I'm not a dog you can just call and then shush away. Good for you, man. Good job. That day, she had a big party planned. But due to the circumstances, she wasn't in the mood, and I asked our friends to cheer up, so they made a small celebration back at our place. She was also really sad. But that night, the dude she cheated on me with was there at my house. That night, she cheated on me again. Again, he learned this later on. Yeah, there you go. Her time apart to be with this guy. Repeatedly cheating on him. I didn't know this at the time, but since I left, they were seeing each other, going places, etc. By the time her birthday passed on by, I was already suspecting a lot, but she kept denying. Of course she was denying. She was moving on to him, but she wanted to keep you around in case it didn't work out with that guy. Because her perception of you is you're that white knight, and, well, he was a white knight. Our friends claimed not to see anything weird, but their vibes, her and the other dude, were off. People were sensing, but didn't have any evidence. Or, that's what they said, I feel there's a lot of them that knew. I guarantee you some people knew that she was cheating on you, man. At least one girl knew. Every gal out there has that one friend, one BFF, who knows all the dark secrets. Guaranteed. And they act like, oh, they love you when they see you, but they know that your girl's cheating on you. Well, a couple days later, my best friend sees them together kissing. He called me right away, and I was destroyed. Dude, it's understandable. This was the woman I was ready to spend my life with. The woman I gave everything. The person I trusted with my life, which I helped in multiple ways, in different ways, like no one ever did for her. And this is the thanks you get. And by the way, when you said the woman was your everything, smack. No. Guys, never make your girl your everything. That is the crap you see in the movies. And that's the crap that girls say they want from guys. And when they do that, guess what? The woman treats the guy like he's her nothing. And you all know it. That mean you gotta be bad to her? Of course not. But there's a difference between making her the end-all be-all of your existence. She claimed multiple times during our relationship that I saved her. And I kind of agree. I helped her to leave her toxic family, she asked me to, helped her financially whenever I could, and we were on the verge of achieving our long-planned objective, and everything fell apart. No, everything didn't fall apart. She ruined everything herself. Toxic family. I always tell you guys, pay attention to the girl's family. If there's a lot of drama and turmoil, guess what? The odds are that's what she's used to, what she expects. And if you're a stable, normal guy, and you're going to behave like a stable, normal guy, that'll be boring to her because she's used to turmoil, and she'll go off and cheat on you with a guy that brings her the toxic bullshit that she grew up with. It's the fucking truth. Don't be the guy to fix them. And helping her financially, smack. Oh, that's great for a girl, for one that's terrible with money. You ever get that money back? I don't think so. Well, I called her immediately, and she didn't pick up the phone. She was on the road and no reception. After 1 hour, which felt like an eternity, a full-on panic mode, I never felt that way before. And I was really suffering. Well, she finally picked up the phone. I said to her, "You are cheating on me, I know." And she says, No, that's not true. I said, I know, I already know it's true. You're the biggest disappointment of my life. She says, No, don't say that, please. I'm so sorry. Yeah, they always say that. I said to her, I'll pick you up in an hour and we're having the conversation. Be ready. Well, good for him for saying that. Personally, there's no point in having this conversation. It's already done, but he wanted to do it. Well, I drove an hour away to pick her up and drive her an hour back to the place I was staying. As soon as she got in the car, I told her she has 1 hour to think about everything she has to tell me. A full silent hour later, we get there. So you're going to give her a whole hour so she can think up the most biggest bunch of bullshit to tell you. And how to put on the waterworks and put on a big act. That's you. No, you got to ask questions before she has time to think about the bullshit. This is a rookie thing he was doing. Well, she's finally honest about it. No, she's not. Most of it. And of course, we break up. I wasn't even angry. I was utterly heartbroken. It was one of the saddest moments of my life. Paradoxically, she cheating on me didn't make me insecure. It made me more confident than ever. Once the rose-colored glasses fell off, I realized I was way over her league. There you go. Instead of being out of her league, she's out of your league. Correct. You're a good guy. You got your crap together, you know? But you've made the mistake that so many guys do. Don't feel too bad. They're trying to fix the damaged girl, the damsel in distress. You're going to save her. When the reality is you need to be saved from trying to save her. Don't do it, guys. Then I found out that while everything happened, she was spiraling down in cocaine and alcohol-infused bender, which was a huge surprise because I never even tried coke myself. And I knew she tried it a bit, but to my knowing, she didn't consume it regularly. Oh, what a great girl. She's regularly doing that stuff. Dude, the universe is giving you all these signs to get rid of her. Imagine if you would have married her. Then I understood everything that happened was one of the biggest self-sabotage episodes I've ever seen. Once she realized who she lost, she was chasing me, but I was too far gone. I told her she'd probably never see me again. See? They always come back. When she realized, I screwed it royally, I'm going to lose this guy. This guy that pays for things, this guy who's a provider, she's back. And probably the guy she was hooking up with was like, see ya, honey. Well, after all that, I decided to travel and then move to a different country. A country I've always wanted to move to, but it was impossible to do so when I was with her. Good for you, man. That takes serious balls to do that. I was now a free man in my 30s. Okay, my bad. He's in his 30s. I grabbed my savings, sold most of my stuff, and traveled for the following 10 months. I backpacked through Europe, made incredible friendships, visited beautiful destinations, slept with gorgeous women, after I was ready, of course. And after all that, moved back to my dream city. That's awesome. That's great you could do that. Now, I hope you didn't blow all your money doing that, but that beats going to freaking therapy to someone that probably wasn't going to do a good job. He just had to get away. And look at the adventures he had. And now he's refreshed. A lot of new friends. Good for him. Well, I found my dream job and got everything I ever wanted. The trip was really special because it helped me reconnect with myself, plan new objectives, and face most of my personal fears and insecurities. Wonderful. Notice he said that help me reconnect with myself, and plan new objectives and face my personal fears and insecurities. When you break up, and if you immediately jump back into a relationship with somebody else, when do you have time to reflect on what went wrong? Well, women are always the ones that immediately jump from one relationship to the other without fixing anything. But when you have to try to fix things and reflect, you then have to realize you made mistakes. But since a certain gender doesn't like accountability too much, they're not big on that. And whenever there's a breakup, notice that girls are always recommending to them other girls or guys they know, oh, get back out there. Go on the dating apps. There's somebody else. Blah, blah, blah. How's that solve any problems? Well, you don't have to deal with the accountability. But a guy will take his time to reflect. Have to deal with it. It hurts, but then they learn. And the problem, hopefully, that same problem stops happening. That's another reason why you don't take that type of advice from women. You take it from men. Now I'm a new person. I'm way more confident, happy, and just living my best life out there. After D-Day, I realized a lot of these so-called friends of mine weren't actually friends. So I cut them out of my life, and luckily I made amazing new ones. Wonderful. You got to cut people out of your life from time to time, and all it takes is something like that to show you exactly who your friends are. They knew she was cheating, and they didn't tell you. They covered it up. My whole life changed, but just for the better. If I could travel back in time, I wouldn't change a thing, especially everything happens for a reason. Well, there are those that believe that and those that don't believe that. I personally have learned that connecting the dots is definitely interesting about that. It wasn't easy, and even though I'm not fully over her, I still haven't fully healed from the pain. Well, that's normal. You were there for 6 years. It's going to take more than just a year to get over her, but you're vastly better. Progress is good. She literally jumped from one relationship to another like it was nothing. See? That's what they do. And she fixed nothing. But that talked about her, not about me. That's her problem, not mine. The healing journey was beautiful. I've always been really stoic, so it really helped me get through it. I realized she came to my life to teach me one of the most painful but important lessons in my life. And even after she humiliated me, betrayed me, drove me nuts after cheating, and she's in a relationship with the dude, I wish her the best and hope she can eventually heal all of her trauma, but she has a longer path to self-love. Yeah, this guy's way too nice. If it was me, I'd be like, fuck her. Let her crash and burn for all I care. But I'm an asshole. I know the pain everyone in this sub is going through. You're not alone. Things will be better if you want it. Eventually you'll find the right person for you. But always remember, the only constant thing in life is change. So embrace it because it's inevitable. Yes, very wise. Everything's going to change, guys. That's the problem with so many people having attachments in life. Everything you're attached to is eventually going to go away. Attachments cause suffering. I know I'm going all like Master Yoda here and shit, but really it's true. You got to learn not to have these attachments. But the more attachments you have, the more suffering you're going to have. Really. I hope you can move on and be happy. Everything is temporary, especially pain. Have a wonderful day, and thank you if you happen to read the full thing. Well, brother, that's awesome. I'm sorry what you went through, but I hope you learn about being the white knight savior to fix girls or fix people. But I guarantee, my man, life is interesting. And I guarantee you, somewhere down the road, someone's going to come into your life that's going to test if you learn something. That's how the universe works, as my experience is. And you'll probably meet some pretty girl who's probably damaged again. And I hope you learn your lesson not to start, putting yourself in harm's way to save some damsel. Because it doesn't work out that way. I guarantee you, a girl just like his ex in some capacity is going to come his way. And hopefully he learns. Because if he doesn't, the same crap is going to happen again. He'll go on a 10-month backpacking through Europe again to figure it out a second time. So there you go, guys. The guy's been through hell, but made a comeback, chose to get off his ass, relocate, took some initiative. Look how much better he is. And in time, he'll be 100% over her. But I guarantee you, she'll be back. Guarantee, because they always come back. because she even did it earlier in the story, and he was like, nope, not happening. She'll come back and try to beg and plead. Her life will be crap, and I hope he, doesn't fall for that. And I don't think he will, at least with her. Now, a few comments. I'll wrap this up. That guy said, this one says that the ability for them to jump from relation to relationship without any self-reflection or sense of shame is the most galling or most hurtful, especially in the case where there was no real warning signs and you thought your relationship was solid. My wife did this after 10 years of marriage. She had her new boyfriend around my kids within a week after I kicked her out. Shameless. See? They don't take time to fix and heal. They move on to the next guy. Another one that says, this guy says, as many as you will tell, you really dodged a big one getting away from that person. You've done a lot of the right things to move on from her and are now living your best life. And I agree, everything is temporary, especially the pain. Stay the course, OP. A great life ahead of you, and thanks for the update. And one more. This guy says, wow, your story is so similar to mine. I was in a long-term relationship, in my case 7 years, where I gave absolutely everything. Emotional support, financial stability, practical help. I carried the entire relationship while the other person not only failed to contribute, but eventually betrayed me and destroyed everything through their lies, emotional manipulation. Sound about right? Now, this guy made lots of mistakes, but he thought he was doing the right thing. You can't be that way, guys. You can't make it all that you're holding up the whole relationship and she does nothing. It hasn't been long since I found out what she did or since we broke up, but it was just a few weeks. I've done some serious inner work. I really reviewed the relationship with clear eyes, and I'm finally realizing how much I was giving just to keep something alive that wasn't giving anything back. That realization, as painful as it was, has been key to my healing. See? You got to go through that. But guys will do that. Women don't. You can't do that if you're just jumping one relationship to the next. Reading your story gives me hope. It's inspiring to see someone who has already made it to the other side of this hell and is living fully with freedom, new connections, and purpose. I truly believe we both deserve something way better, and I know it's coming. Thank you for sharing your journey so openly. It really helped. Well, I heard recently in a show I was watching where the person says something like, in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. And there's a lot of truth to that. You got to go for the things you want, and you get the point. But deserve, good freaking luck. A lot of these guys just give, expecting it to be given back to them. No, you're not getting what you deserve. You're getting what you negotiate and bring to the deal here. So hopefully both these guys will be better negotiators down the road for themselves. But anyhow, there you go, guys. A good comeback story. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.